start the recording. Here we go. Okay. So I've been going to the gym, as you normally do, right? And I was always watching videos, like when I do cardio, I would put them at 1.5. It got to the point that I'm watching a video at 1.5, and it feels like 1.0, and honestly sometimes slower. I'm starting to watch video at 2x now. Don't need that. Right? If it starts being too much, obviously I will lower it. But so far, like some people just like accent or whatever, they don't speak too well, like me. Those people probably can't listen to a 2x. But these people who have proper English, unlike me, I can listen to them at 2x. And I also talk way too much, so let's go.
Rest of my life in the last 2 weeks than I have in probably the last year or so, as I've been putting out more and more content, essentially speaking on the things that I've been holding close to my chest, I've been afraid to articulate, knowing that you have some quite unhinged individuals out there who have trouble digesting the fact that maybe, just maybe, everything isn't the white man's fault. Now, when I say those messages, I'm called a sellout, Uncle Tom, sometimes my life is threatened. But then when I bring it to, hey, maybe, just maybe, it's also not the Jews' fault that you are where you are in your life, all of a sudden, they want to find me, they want to take me out, they wish that I would...
Bro, how fucking odd is it for, like, a random person to threaten your life over your opinion? Like, it's one thing of saying, like, it's not... So, like, for me, when you threaten someone's life, is like, you know, I'm gonna kill you, whatever. That's threat, right? Not like when they say shit like, what do you call it? Like, I wish you a horrible death, cancer, yada, 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 right? Like, I don't think those are threats. Those are just, like, mean comments. And those ones I don't care. But actually threatening somebody's life... Imagine... someone's opinion hurting you so much you want to go out of your way to commit a crime you're gonna be in jail for 5 to 25 years. Okay, it really depends how the scenario plays out, right? This is so stupid. It's like, it's an opinion on the internet. Get real.
Would die with the rest of my Zionist collective, whatever the hell, right? Mm-hmm. It's real interesting. It's the very same message to me. It's, okay, you have personal autonomy. You take personal responsibility of your life in order to get to the place that you want. So for black folks who have been completely brainwashed by this, racialized ideology, the white man is not to blame for why you are where you are in your life. And a few actually get that, they're like, okay, yeah, you're right. Stop blaming the white man and just move forward. But when it comes to, the Jewish man is not responsible for, how dare you? You Mossad, you're paid for, your butt, your Zionist, they just can't fathom it. And it's crazy because I kind of understand what
also, by the way, I don't know about you, but like, I'm pretty sure some very victim-minded black people think the same thing when you say that about white men. So
you're coming from? I mean, when I was like 14, 15, and I first started smoking the loud pack, I was watching, well, it was first the Zeitgeist. It was like the first documentary that was giving me this insight, right? This hidden information about, the secret societies, the Illuminati, and of course, the 10 families that run the entire world. It's the Jews, the Zionists, the Jews, right? That's when I first started getting into that, and you could not convince me out of that. And if you ask me for proof, well, I mean, like, do you need further proof than this right here?
Covering up Tsar Wimfim. No, it's the Seal of Solomon. And it's even worse than...
Bro, I love that shit. Oh my god, Blood of Magi. This is so fucking funny. Magi Labyrinth of Magic tells the story of Aladdin, a young boy with magical powers. Okay, who is Solomon? Solomon in Magi anime. The Magi anime Solomon. Solomon, Abraham, often referred to as the King Solomon, is a pivotal figure who was the king of Alma Toran before its destruction. Okay, what is Alma Toran? She becomes one of Solomon's 3 Magi and later his lover, conceiving their child Aladdin, betrayed and fatally wounded by Arba. She entrusts the unborn Aladdin to Ugo before dying. No, oh wait. Oh, I'm thinking D. Grayman, but Almatoran, okay. He's known for unifying the different species of Almatoran. No, what? Wait, hold up. That's weird, okay. And creating a world where everyone could be equal. He's also the father of Aladdin, yada yada. And it's like, where was it? No, it was something with Sinbad, right? Sinbad... Because there was something about... Fuck. Sinbad's... Magi anime. Adventure of Sinbad is an anime series that serves as a prequel to the main Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic series. It follows the early adventure of Sinbad as he... No, but like, who was he possessed by? Who was Sinbad possessed by in Magi? In the manga Magi, Sinbad is not possessed by a single entity in the traditional sense, but he's influenced by the Dark Rook, which is associated with depravity and later resonates with the spirit of David yeah, with, he's not very controlled by them. Instead, Sinbad's actions are driven by his ambition and desire for power, which leads him down the path of falling into depravity. Right? So it's like this. It doesn't explain very well, but like there's so much of what he's saying that is literally like Sinbad relates to Sinbad in Mardi. It's kind of funny. It's the Seal of Solomon and the Jinn. By the way, Maggie anime. Who is the Jinn? I think it's Jinn. Isn't it Isn't that like the giant guy? There's no guy named Jin. No, not fuck. Ugo, yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking of Ugo, right? He's a Jin, like that. That's how you write it. Jin. DJINN. Yeah, so it's like that's the Jin, you know? So
all the idiots out there say this.
Yeah.
They just never get it right. It's the seal of Satan that seals the demons in. Now, it's similar to it. Text really smart.
It's the seal of Satan that seals the demons in. There's your. Do you not hear this? The ancient secret texts, right? They're controlling the world while also trying to control the world. It's all everything, all the problems in your life. The reason why you're broke as hell. The reason why you're likely obese, you're fat. The reason why you can't get it together. The reason why you got a divorce.
What is my reason for being broke and like partially obese? Okay, what is my reason? I am a Jew. Goddammit. How am like I can't blame the Jews for this because I am a Jew. So like, what's going on here? This is like it's impossible. Where's my? I didn't get the memo as a Jew to be successful. Where's my money? Yo, Rockefellers. Yo, send some money over
It's
here.
Jews, they're lawyers. It's them. There's nothing else. Look, in the same way I can tell black folks, hey, the reason why Asian students and white students are doing far better academically, it's because of white supremacy. It's not because they have different morals. It's not because they have different values. It's not because their culture promotes something that is more, positively inclined. Instead of pushing their kids to be rappers and ball players, they're pushing their kids to be mathematicians, doctors, engineers, scientists. It's not that. That surely could be it. It's because white supremacy. But this is the exact same argument.
Yeah, brother.
Like, I know this is going to be one of the most controversial videos I ever put out. And I put out
You know what? The whole argument of white supremacy is so weird to me because, like, okay, fine. Let's say you have white supremacy in Europe and in the States and Canada. Let's even assume, okay, which, by the way, is completely not the case. But let's assume that was the case. Okay, so you don't have white supremacy in other parts of the world. Like, you don't have white supremacy in China. You don't have white supremacy in, I don't know, fucking Africa. I mean, technically, in Northern Africa, you don't have white supremacy. Right? Oh, but it was, taken advantage of by whites. Not even really the case because like fucking Persians went there first, right? Or I don't know first, but like they were there, right? All of the Middle East doesn't have white supremacy. How come all of these places are not as good to live in as places with quote unquote white supremacy? Maybe white supremacy is the way. Obviously, I don't believe that there is white supremacy. I believe some people think that. I did like. That they are superior. Sure, there are retards out there, but like there's no such thing. Like there's nothing in any constitution, official document that can show how a white person is more advantageous than anyone else. It's just stupid.
After controversy because I'm just telling the damn truth. This will piss a lot of people off, even who do follow me on a regular basis. And I'm gonna tell you this: if you are somebody at this point of following me this long throughout our journey, and you hold these beliefs, you will want to unfollow me right now. I'm telling y'all straight up, I'm not even being funny with you. Because that is a sign of very, very low intelligence and honestly a dangerous mentality. I look to be a repellent of individuals who think in that way. The Jews are controlling my life. The whites are controlling my life. You are controlling the foundational aspects of your reality. Now, we could look to the government systems. We could look to,
Here's the other thing. Let's even assume... Because, I won't take it a step further when it comes to, like, personal responsibility. Let's even assume, right, that the whites control your life, the Jews control your life, okay? Is crying about it really gonna do much, right? Let's say, like, fuck it, let's go for One Piece, right? You live in the world of One Piece, and you have the government who are like the dragons, whatever, right? Whatever they're called. You have these guys who are actually controlling everything. You can't even like look in that direction. Like you can look in that direction, they can just kill you. They can literally kill anyone, and they get away with it. Like it's not even get away with it. It's like you are beneath them. It's like stepping on an ant. Okay, like they do not give a fuck about you. It's like if you are not one of the world government, which is run by these like fucking, 9 kingdoms or whatever that they were that became the world government. You are beneath, like you're less than a human for them, okay? What would crying about it actually do? Like realistically, like what is that gonna do?
External factors all day long. But if you use that as a scapegoat for your own existence, then what better are you, or how much better are you than the black dude who's blaming the white man? What's the difference? What's the difference? It's all trying to come up out of my chest. That was probably the jinn that was being trapped in my chest right now. So I wanted to bring this video up to show y'all just how possessed an individual can become. And I can point to individuals like the Candace Katari Owens and, the Tucker Carlsons, these people that at one point maybe many of us looked to and admired, and, they were filled with what seemed to be wisdom.
I never admired them. I remember I was working at a gym, and one of my clients was like really into CNN. Ooh, man, really into CNN, right? And I told him, it's like, listen, at least try to take other perspective. And at that time when Tucker was on Fox, I was like, well, this is like a lot of what he says. I'm not going to say I agree with everything he says, but a lot of the stuff he says makes common sense. Like, it's like, it just makes sense, right? It's like a lot of it is common sense. Way back when. Now it's like, bro, like he fucking lost the plot. Honestly, I think Tucker Carlson lost the plot not because he went to Russia, but because of the backlash he got after going to Russia. I think that's what happened. Like, he actually, like, from the amount of backlash he got after going to Russia and interviewing Putin, I think he kind of lost his shit.
But then you see just how deep it gets when they start to get on this one subject. They are completely consumed by it. They are radicalized by it. Candace is putting out messages talking about, I'll pay $10,000 to whoever gives me information on who's trying to slander me, putting out these messages that I'm paid off by Qatari.
Oh my god.
Homegirl, I do this for free. It's for free. They're doing it for free because you're crashing out. You're looking crazy. But anyway, let me go ahead and do my Mossad job because I'm paid off by Bibi Netanyahu. Actually, he was at my house yesterday. We were having brunch, and he said to me, I really like the way that
I'm also a Mossad agent. People in my YouTube comments kept saying that I'm a Mossad agent. I still haven't gotten my check, Mossad. I don't know, man. It's been a couple months. I still didn't get my check.
To continue to stand up for the small little percentage of people, the 0.7% of the world that is controlling everything. The poor and destitute Jew, the one who looks like the Arab, right? The one who's never shown on televisions or anything. Yeah, I'm glad at him who controls the world, right? A lot of the Jewish folks are out there right now. It's crazy. Yeah, who would have thunk it? Who would have thought you control the whole entire banking system when you're broke yourself? Who would have thunk it?
You believe that the Jews
feel personally attacked? It's like he knows me.
Run the American government.
That's not a secret, Charlie.
Well, no, I find it hilarious that every
this
all
shit.
Trump's cabinet is Jewish. Have an APAC advisor. Not a single person.
This is good. There are people watching this right now. People who follow me for a long time who are going to be accusing me of being bought and all that sort of nonsense. And again, if that's your stance, please leave. Like, get out of here. I do not want that level of brain deadry because the conversations we're about to start getting into as we move forward, as we get into more geopolitics and things of that nature, like, this ain't going to be the domain for you. If you're just here for...
Yeah, whatever. But this guy, dude, this is actually like this is the weirdest thing because he said he just joined the army or whatever. See, here's the thing. Like, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that said he just joined the army, and Charlie was like, "Thank you for your service," yada yada yada. This is the thing that I don't think people understand. And there's actually like a funny movie about it, which I totally like don't remember the name, nor did I watch the movie. I just saw clips of it on YouTube, as you usually do. That's how you watch movies these days. Of like this one soldier who was like horrible soldier, and then he's like, all I have to do is turn off my brain, and then I'll be the perfect soldier. And he became the perfect soldier because he turned off his brain. Now, as funny as that may sound, and as like extreme as that may sound, that is kind of what you are. I'm not talking about like if you're like a special ops, whatever, right? I'm talking about like you're a regular soldier, right? You're a, I don't know, like not even a Marine, like infantry, right? If you have, like, the first thing they do in the army is break your individuality, is they remove, like, you shouldn't have an opinion. Okay, for the most part, you should not have an opinion. You have an opinion, you have individuality, that is a problem. That means that when push comes to shove, you might not agree with your superiors, and you might cause a lot of damage to your platoon. Of course, superiors might be wrong, and your whole platoon could fucking die, right? But the idea is that they're not wrong, right? It's like in a perfect world, right? So this guy with his super intense individuality, when his super intense hate towards Jews, how are you gonna go to war, right? Let's say like war breaks out in Iran, and some people are like, we blame the Jews for it, not because Iran shouldn't have a nuke, and they're trying to get a nuke, therefore the U.S. is taking like military action. Right? But then some people like Candace would be like, oh, this is because of the Jews. Like, we were like, I don't want to fight the war for Israel. And it's like, okay, but this is also beneficial to the US. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But how do you get a soldier like this, who is like, I will never fight for, bro? This is not your call. You joined the army. You're not an individual anymore. If you're in the army, you're army property. You're not a person anymore, right? You're not, like, you are an object at this point. You are an object of destruction. If you have an opinion as like a regular soldier, you're doing it wrong.
For the giggles, then I suggest just going to comedy page. But this dude said every person in Trump's cabinet is Jewish. That's a direct statement. They can say these things without any substantiation. Remember I told you when I was 15 years old, you asked me, how do you know this? Well, look here. And I bring up like a, maybe I bring up some sort of forum, or I could bring up some sort of documentaries that I was informing myself with online while going down these rabbit holes by myself in my room getting zooted. Every single one of his members of the cabinet are Jews.
Congress can make a decision asking their Israeli Jewish AIPAC advisor. Israel did 9/11, Charlie.
Israel did no.
Why are we in the, I served. Why were we in the Middle East?
I can actually tell he served. And this, shout out to all of my vets out there.
Oh, he served. Sorry, he served. He's not serving anymore.
Shout out to everybody who thought they were either fighting for freedom or really did, right? Depending on maybe where you were stationed, etc. Yeah, that PTSD is real. The effects on the physiology of your brain are very, very real. And it's something that needs to be talked about more often. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there.
Well, I mean, why were we in the Middle East? You can reject involvement in the Middle East without also believing Israel did 9/11. So if Israel did 9/11, help me understand this. Who were the hijackers of the planes?
They weren't hijackers.
Oh, okay.
CIA and Israel worked together.
No. Explain to me what happened on the aircraft.
Okay, first off, what we have to understand, there's only one plane that actually crashed.
No, there were three.
No, the building's imploded.
Okay,
So the planes went to hit a building. Why would the building fall down?
Time out. Flight 93, did it exist?
Flight 93 existed, yes.
Okay, so who tried to hijack that plane?
They sacrificed those people to make it look like Bush was targeted because they wanted to cover up Bush's involvement. He just happened to be in Texas reading about elementary kids and they're reading a sign on a
Guys,
whiteboard
let me say
that talks about towers falling, Charlie. We've been lied
Anti-Semitism.
to since the beginning of this country. Jews, Freemasons, all of it's a satanic agenda. Israel is the synagogue of
Jews, Freemasons, Kazatarians, he forgot to say, right? Satanic agenda, Baal, whatever, right? Like, yeah, it's all there. All the check marks. Yep, he's going down the QAnon bullshit, Oh, I love it.
Satan. They're killing innocent people in Palestine over the guise of sovereignty. New World Order is coming, Charlie.
Guys, anti-Semitism is...
And again, I'm not going to sit here and say that there aren't things that I genuinely have believed in or do believe in that aren't rooted in fear, that aren't rooted in... Look, let me put it here. I am no geopolitical expert, and I don't claim to be. Like a lot of these quote-unquote podcasters, etc., all of a sudden they just know everything. That's why I don't touch on every single subject. I want to know as much as I possibly can until I feel comfortable enough to articulate myself from an educated stance, right? As well as still having, obviously, my own belief systems. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Human nature is that of always looking to make things make sense. We are like meaning machines. If you look into psychology, we're always looking to close the loop on something. So if something doesn't make sense, we will draw a conclusion. It happens in our everyday lives. It happens at a small scale and at a vast global scale. So if something happens that is unexplainable, we try to give it meaning and significance.
That's really crazy how this conclusion happens. Like, I agree with him. Like, yeah, that is like basic human psychology. Sure. But it is crazy how you jump a few fucking steps to make it make sense. Right, and this is why it's also like so easy to scam people. You just give them like 5% truth, 95% lies, but because they have the truth, even though everything else that comes after the truth is a lie, as long as it kind of makes sense, they'll just believe in it. And once they believe in it, it's really hard to make them not believe in it. As my favorite streamer, who I'd never watch, aside from like YouTube clips and stuff like that, says. It's hard to take somebody out of a position that didn't put themselves into, something like that. It's like, yeah, pretty fucking accurate.
And, is that meaning real or not? That's for you to determine. So the same thing is done when it comes to the world of conspiracy. Some people believe every conspiracy, and then some believe maybe none. Most of us believe a few here and there. But some, especially those who are susceptible to more mental illnesses and things of that nature, will be so far gone. Like when I was in depressive spouts, when I was, again, it was probably marijuana-induced psychosis. Let's be real.
Bro, I love conspiracies, by the way. Conspiracies are so fucking interesting. And it's like, especially like when they turn out to be true. If it's like a tiny conspiracy, it's like, it's not as interesting. But when it's like, like Hillary Clinton sacrifices children in the forest, it's like, dude, that would be fucking intense. If that was true, that would be intense. That would be so fucking fucked up. This is like, we're living a fucking cinema.
I was more susceptible to those ideas with no true basis of that information. Like what he's saying right now, again, most of us believe that it was an inside job. Was it? There's a possibility it was. But the vehementness, you see the attitude he's having, and then
here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna close it on this because like I can kind of get where he's going with this. Do I believe there was an inside job? No. Do I believe the possibility there was an inside job? Yes. Right? That is the difference. Do I believe that somebody knew this would happen? Do I believe this was intentional by somebody like, George W. Bush? Right? Those are like the differences. These people are like, because there is a possibility, it is definitive proof that it happened. You know, that, like, these people are fucking mental. It's like, there are a lot of things that are very weird about the 9/11 thing. In my opinion, it doesn't even matter anymore. It happened 24 years ago. It doesn't really matter. Even if it was an inside job, practically everyone who did it, like, is not in power anymore. Now, if it turns out somehow that, like, oh yeah, George W. Bush fucking orchestrated it, yeah, sure, put him in jail. Will that really change anything at this point, though? Like, does that really matter? Right? Not really. It's like, oh shit. And he goes to jail and it's like, live, like, it won't impact anything. Right? Oh, you're not gonna trust the government as much? Dude, people who don't trust the government already don't trust the government. Like, the government has, like, probably, like, the least amount of trust than any government ever had. Aside from governments who have been, like, couped and, you know, like, had revolutions. Right? Those are the only times, like, I can see, like, okay, like, people didn't have a trust in the government to that point where they could. Right? But any functioning government that, like, there wasn't a coup in, like, we're already at, like, a very fucking low point. We're at a very low point of trust. But yeah. Anyways, Aquarius Wave, I will leave a link in the description below. Give the guy a like. Obviously, he has more views than me, so it's like, you know. But if somehow you saw this and didn't see his channel, go ahead and do that. Anyways, let's go on to the next one.